Hi, I'm Sam Bowden and this is Lighting Insights. In this episode we're going to look at some ways to add more depth into your lighting designs. We're all used to working with truss systems which sit in the roof of venues, and these provide good positions to provide key lighting onto the stage and good distance to provide a wash. But what I like to look at is adding a bit more depth into the design to make it more immersive. So I'm going to talk through some sub-hang systems that you can use for truss and safe ways to implement these into your design. So a good place to start when you're looking at adding sub-trusses into a design is to see where you want to place them and to think where you're going to put your motor points in order to best pick them up. This affects the design of your mother grid system that you're putting in above everything else. You need to look at things like the deflection ratios of the truss. By having a long piece of truss, it can deflect, which means that by putting weight on the truss, it's going to pull the center of that truss down and create a smile. So what we need to look at here is where we put our motor points to safely pick up on the truss. So once we've set the pickup positions for the truss, we then need to look at how we're going to place our lighting equipment upon it. It's important when you're doing this to bear in mind that you need to share the weight evenly between the back and the front of the truss. By placing all the fixtures on one side, for example the back, it's going to pull the truss down and it will want to roll. This will change all your focal positions and it's also slightly unsafe. The best thing to try and do is to share this weight load evenly between the front and the rear chord of the truss. This means that the load is balanced on the piece of truss and that it's a lot safer. For some designs you may feel that you want to have all the lights across one chord of the truss. So in these kind of scenarios we look to try and move away from using a straight piece of truss. In the design that you can see here, you can see that we've changed the angles so we have a kind of almost curved way of hanging the truss. By doing this we can put the pickup points in 3 different places, 1 at the back and 2 at the front. This means that we're not picking up something that's straight, but we're picking up something at depth. This stops it from being able to roll because the pickup points are balancing the load themselves. Another good way to get around the problem of having the load balanced across the front and rear chord is to rotate your truss 90 degrees. So instead of hanging it flat, you hang it almost as a diamond. This means that you can use the bottom chord, which is center located, to hang your lighting fixtures on, and everything will be even across it. This will stop it from trying to roll and you get one good long straight hang. So these are just a few quick pointers to help you add some depth to your design and also to do it in a nice safe way. That wraps up this episode of Lighting Insights. If you require any further information, please go to the CHAUVET Professional website.